Hi, good morning. Welcome to Hikate's Crossing. I'm Paula. Okay, video 2 of the Fool's Journey Challenge. This one here is where you connect with the Fool. I'll put the instructions down below. So basically, what I did was I looked at the Fool and I described it. Sun, Moon, Duality, Polarity. 2 trees, pillars, balance, walkthrough. Dog, loyalty and friendship. Hill talks to me about challenges, delays and blocks. Bare necessities, vulnerability. Kachina clown, don't take life so seriously. Clouds might bring a little confusion. So there's 0 represents void, source of all things. The madness can be divine, his essence of creative light. Kachina means spirit, a masked impostor of the gods. The Pueblo hangs these dolls in their homes to remind them as lessons to study and reminders of the powers the dolls represent, respecting the Fool. Medicine bundle for protection. Cedar boughs represents growth. So for me, the Fool talks about new beginnings. There's a sense of not taking life too seriously, have a bit of fun. Free-spirited adventures. It's about finding one's own inner balance, just enjoying life for what it is, and just knowing that there's an adventure that lies ahead. I think that's what the Fool represents for me. So interesting, really, when you look at it, when you look at this card. Hopefully you can see that it's not too dark. So. Yeah, the Fool. New beginnings, taking life not so seriously, new adventures. You're stepping out of the darkness into the light. So that's what the Fool is for me. So what I want to do next in this challenge is just shuffle the deck, and we're just going to randomly choose another card. And we're going to look how the Fool interacts with this card. So it can be any card. Oops, there we go. One fell out. Let's have a look. What have we got? Okay, we've got 10 of shields, which is about harvesting. So 10 for me is a sense of new opportunities coming up. Things have ended and you're really looking forward. You've moved through new levels of awareness and now you're ready to take hold of something new. So everything's sort of been growing and it's ready to be harvest. So you see that there's some it's actually tobacco. Remember that? It's actually tobacco. So it's the tobacco being harvested, ready for ceremony, to be dried, ready for ceremonies, to be smoked, etc. So this to me is really a card that's going to tell me that everything's sort of complete. It's sort of like richness is enhancing all areas of your life through the through everything sort of coming together. So you look at the Fool. Look at the Fool. Oops. And the Harvest card. So when the Fool comes along and he sees this guy who's harvesting, and he's grabbing up. So what do you think this man that's harvesting is going to say to the Fool? For me, it's about telling the Fool about the this new beginnings that this Fool has taken, this new journey that he's taken, is going to provide a sense of richness in his life. He's taken that risk, he's taken the opportunity, so now it's possible for him to actually find this positive energy, this richness, this, and tobacco for me is about inner peace, so there seems to be this peaceful, this could be about health as well, health sort of coming together, security, feeling secure as things sort of come into your life, money, everything sort of seems to be coming together, everything's doing as it should do, it's sort of moving in the right direction. So that's what I feel ultimately that these two cards together mean for me. You know, I've got this Fool, he's got new beginnings, he's ready to, you know, this new adventures, and he comes across this guy who's harvesting, and he's sort of saying, well, you know, what are you doing? You know, what's the message for me? And he's like, oh, you know, things have grown, things have developed, I'm now ready to grab hold of it and to do what I need to do with it. I need to take action. This is about ready for new opportunities that have arisen, that will arise, and I've got to be prepared for that. I've got to be organised. I've got to be sorted. I'm secure and I'm confident in my abilities. So I feel like I can really sort of take control of what you know, the actions that I'm actually doing, which is really important. So I feel like there's this, and when I look at these cards and I see the circle seems to be sort of quite strong. When you look at the shields and you look at the sun, it's this whole circly thing. So I'm just getting a sense of really that everything is in cycles, and so you're moving through into a new cycle. You know, like the harvest is a new cycle of what's going on. It's the next stage of what needs to be done. You know, you've got to dry the tobacco, and then once the tobacco is dried, and then it's, you know, done what it needs to be done, broken up or whatever, and then it's put into its pipe and smoked, or whatever else needs to be put in for offerings for the spirit, you know, for spirit and that. So I feel like the harvesting is like really, really important. It's going to be a really important step for me to really take action, take control of what's going to happen in my journey. It's you know, I'm on the journey. It's what it, because I just noticed the Fool's hands again, as above, so below. So it's like the guy who's harvesting is sort of saying, you know, what happens outside of us affects what happens within us. What happens within us can affect our environment. So be aware of your positivity, your thoughts, your actions. You know, what are you doing? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? You know, what do you hear from others, and how do you digest that experience, and how do you bring that into your journey? There's lots there. It's about this vulnerability, this opening up. Being loyal too is really important, and being aware of your environment is really, like, just a sense of being cautious, being aware what's actually going to happen, what's important. So yeah, this to me is the Fool, and the card that I shuffled and how they interacted was the 10 of Shields, it's 10 of Pentacles, which is harvest, which is like all richness, is, you know, in your life. But this is about the tobacco. Harvesting the tobacco is really important. It's all about taking action, about what's ready, to, you know, preparing for what's next. I think there's a lot about preparation is so important, to make sure that you've done all the steps that you need to do, sort of reminding you, you know, have you done this, have you done that, have you done this, have you done that, you know, got yourself organised. It seems to be really important for me. I just need to say, you know, I've got a checklist. Have I done everything that I need to do? Am I ready for what lies ahead? So interesting card, I think. Interesting cards for me to focus on for the week. So this might be 10 of Shields, very focused card for me this week, I think. So something else for me to think about. These two cards will sit for a while and focus on those. So this is the Fool's Journey. I'll put the links down below for the for my blog, for the web page, and take care and blessed be. I look forward to seeing anybody else that's doing the journey, the Fool's Journey. Don't know. If not, I'm still carrying on and doing it anyway, because this is something that I really want to do so that I can work with this deck more in depth again. I haven't worked with it for a little while properly, so it's good for me to sort of really get back into the Native American. So look forward to sharing next week's challenge with you. Take care and blessed be.